T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now I'm going to be reviewing Transformers Masterpiece MP-51 Arcee. She's a Autobot warrior, but they call her a Cybertron warrior. Here's all that. Yeah. You can see that on the internet. Leave me alone. Here she is in her car mode, and it is absolutely stunning. Look at that. Painted the back and all this. Isn't that great? Isn't it lovely? Only thing weird to me, and this is her design, if these are doors that open up like regular doors, they are some thick doors. But you can see the little vent right there. It's cartoon accurate, so there's no like lights right there. Here is the dashboard detail, which is pretty detailed. She even has a glove compartment and speakers. Look at that. That's nice. There's no foot room, so nothing can fit in there unless you break the feet off or pop the legs off and put them in there. But yeah, this is what you're working with under here. I have the hands resting on the legs with the thumb right there. And as you can see, she can roll. Warning, when I turned it back into a car the first time, this was not pegged in all the way, so that's not glued in. So there is that. I like it. Here's the most pertinent comparison right here. There you are with that. She looks to be a little bit higher than Hot Rod, but they're two sleek, futuristic, Cybertronian-ish cars. They are close to the same length, but not really. Here is Rouge. Rouge is a little bit longer. Rouge is heavier due to diecast. Rouge has different aesthetics. Like lights and whatnot. So there you are. You can look at my review if you want to see more on Fans Toys Rouge Chill Review. Oversized knockoff of Transformers Generations Arcee called Arcee. So you can see Rouge was taking cues from this one a little bit. And here is Nicey. Big Firebird Toys. Nicey Chill Review if you want to look it up. I guess, you know what, let me show Rouge. Her weapon accessories can all pretty much attach to her in vehicle mode, but this is the most pertinent one she actually used in the movie, which was the tire shredder. Take this peg it into this slot right there. It covers that little hole, and yeah, now she has the tire shredder. So tire shredder comes out, tire explodes and they trip. Here she is, completely weaponized. The instructions show you where all these placements go. They have various tabs. The only thing they don't show you is this little handgun that fits right there. It only has one peg on one side. It can only fit in there this way, like this. Thank you, Sony, for showing me that. Before I continue to forget, here is her stat card right there. And they actually did paint her or draw her the way she actually looks from Robot Mode with that breakup right there. And this is the back. On Beast Wars, they actually have the English word version of whatever the stats are. So, yeah. And now it's time for my favorite part of any Transformers video. Transformation. Sarcasm. Anyhow, I like it when it's a simple transformation. This is pretty simple, it just has some parts. But basically we need to get this detached from the front and there. Get this detached from there and come on, it fits in there really good. But do that. Now we can lift that up and rotate them this way. Now we can kind of pinch, well, you can't really pinch that in yet, but go ahead and lift this up. This panel right here needs to rotate back like that, while this flips back like this. Let's try that again. I'm going to pull it out to the side so I can get from under there. Move this hinge back like that and push this like this right there. Now, what can we do? You can go ahead and try to detach this and detach that and bring this hinge that's up in there. Well, actually, before that, we can go ahead and lift this off of her back. And then we can kind of move this up into that orientation. Move this up into that orientation. And there's a hinge that actually lifts up right here. Lift that up. So now I'm gonna push the wheels in like this. Bring that down like that. And this part right here needs to, on this pin right here, slide over, lift up, bend down like this. And as you're bending it, this hinge right here needs to bend like this basically and get into that orientation. Yes, I am scared I am going to scrape something because this whole car shell is basically painted. So start bending that down and do this. You cannot rotate this unless this hinge is bent first. Going back, you have to bend this hinge first. But anyhow, now that we've done that, we can continue to push this hinge right here up like that and make that kind of meet each other. Leave these panels right here out. We can go ahead and lift these up. Move the arms out the way a little bit. Grab the legs. And while they're in this position, you squeeze. Now you can bring the legs down and the lower half is basically done. But these seats, or the back of the seats, need to get pushed inside. There we are. I'm gonna lower that for now. You can get the arms down. Arms are nice and easy. You can also shut these right here. It's on a double hinge. So now we can bring this down, get the head up, sort of like that. Go ahead and bend this, bend that. This part right here is a little tricky. I hope I can do this. All right, I'm gonna keep trying to film this until I get it right in one smooth move. But basically, this needs to come down. Rotate like this. Then just the windshield, don't worry about the dash. The windshield can turn at an angle like this and rotate and push through here. Now after you get it through there, you need to get it through this bar right here. Get that through there, kind of leave it like this. This transformed itself, shut this like that. Now we can move this up. And then this right here, this Autobot symbol needs to be pushed in like that and flipped. Or you could just leave it if you don't care if the Autobot symbol is showing. So now we can bring this hinge right here, bring this up, and have this resting on that. There are two ports right there, but don't worry about that. Get this angled like this and put it up there. Now we can bring this, if you make sure these are shut. Make sure these are pinched because they need to go in between the bar. But slide all of this. Slide this down kind of over these pieces right there. Now we can bring this down and have this sit onto a little peg that's in between there. Have that sit, shut that, and then we can go ahead and shut these panels right here. Straighten her up, get her how you want her to be, and now she is a robot. Here she is in her robot mode. I like her a lot more in person than on videos and in pictures. Half of the crap that bugged the crap out of me in pictures and even in people's videos don't bother me at all. Like once I started articulating her and whatnot, like seeing this in pictures, the way it looks like. One thing, the collar, admittedly, the collar is way longer than it should be. But I see they wanted her to have this extreme butterfly joints, and she has definitely crazy articulation in the shoulders. They wanted her to be able to do all this. So they lowered the chest right here, because they could have, truth be told, take some of this hood and put it up there to make the chest higher. They didn't even need to make it on a slider. But this lines up just like it did on the animation model. So yeah, only thing that is really, really wrong is that collar. This white part of the collar is way too long. But the way you're supposed to look at it is the shoulders are a continuation of her chest, just like on the cartoon. But if they did that, you wouldn't be able to get this motion right there. And the backpack. The backpack, I thought was going to bug me more. But like I said in a previous video, I'm getting so used to backpacks and whatnot, they don't bug me that much. But anyhow, she looks really nice. She's covered with little details. This part of the foot is die cast. I can't really say that anything else is. Yeah. If you want, you can store her weapons like on her body in various spots. For the sake of not having to fumble and bumble on camera, here's the gun wedged up in there. There's a little spot up there for the barrel. But this is what you're working with. So she is armed to the nines. Here's this gun, which has 0 paint on it, and it's going to be some reviewers' favorite gun. It has pegs on both sides. Naturally, she can hold that like that. She has a little blast effect intended for it. So you decide how you want that to be on there. Here she is holding her rifle with a blast effect. These blast effects are hard, transparent plastic. They're not the gummy type, so you should be able to leave it in there and not have to worry about anything. If you want to know what I'm talking about, somebody found out if you leave those gummy type effects like that come with Siege on figures, it can make the plastic deteriorate. This is the main gun I remember her using in the movie. It was drawn like this, but it was way bigger than this in the movie. This is like tiny, puny. Unlike the other two effects, which are round at the top, this one actually covers this. So yeah, it's kind of scary because this is painted. It's kind of scary that you're going to wear that paint off over time. If you have a standard stand or one of the Transformer stands, she does have a stand port in her rear. Here's a close-up on her face. And here are her fake rubble buns. And if you turn this around, she has what I've been laughing at. Another face. It looks like her prototype head from... You know what? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to look that up. I think this looks like exactly like her prototype toy face, but missing a mouth, unless you consider that to be the mouth. Now, besides this face, she has 3 other faces. They slot in right here, And if you notice, there are 2 groove slots where you can put that in there. I'm gonna be honest with you, getting the faces back in there is difficult AF. But here's the back of one of the faces. They have that transparent plastic, but it's painted as you see. I'm gonna be honest with you, the faces kind of seem redundant. The first face was just her smiling with a shut mouth, and this one is like slightly talking or whatever. Maybe they're not redundant. Now that I'm really looking at this one, this is her worried, oh my gosh, face right there. Oh, Optimus is dying. And this one looks like a more exacerbated face, like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. I'm guessing that's what they're going for. I don't know. If you slot any of the faces in the rear slot back there, which is easier to do than that front slot, let me tell you, you can go ahead and grab this visor, just like Hot Rod, put that down over her face, and I'll probably put it, wait, come on. Why won't this come down? You have to make sure the face is pressed all the way down. Now we can get that over her eyes. And she can be looking to see that hot rod and cup are outside of the base right there. Alright, articulation. Just like I was showing you with that the Kingdom Cyclonus, her head is on a ball joint that gets a lot of tilt and expressiveness and whatnot. She can look freaking, let me move this. She can look all the way up. That is great. She can look down right there, which is also good since she's looking at Daniel, or maybe she spilled crumbs on her chest. Well, yeah, I love that this hinge right there. You get a lot of range with this. This is what I was wanting with that freaking nicey, something like this. And like you can use the ball joint in conjunction of that. Shoulder joints, like I was showing, get crazy amount of butterfly. You do look like that when you use it, but she is a robot. And then you get another hinge that lets you put the arms up there. These swivel around, so if you're not careful, you'll have the bigger pin showing in the front. Swivel, double jointed elbows. The back of her elbow looks like that. The hands hinge out and swivel. They hinge in. Fingers move at the base right there. There's a knuckle right there, and the pointer trigger finger is separate, and her thumb is just on this one hinge. Given the shape of the thumb, I was wishing there was like a swivel at the base. And when you put it on the gun, it makes sense, but I was kind of hoping that this wouldn't be permanent like that. So, I mean, in her poses, it hasn't bugged me too much. Like, depending on the pose, it looks way better than it did in the promotional pictures, but I still wish they put some more articulation into that. The torso. This white part of her body is on a ball. There's like a ball going up in it. So not only does that tilt and rock, but there is another ball post going down into that. So you get a lot of side motion right there, and you can rotate. Like, you can kind of make it rotate independent of that white part of our body to give her more range. So that's good. There is no backward motion. Pig for Life was complaining about that, and I didn't think that was going to be a problem, but it kind of has been, depending on the pose I'm trying to get. But her leg can kick up slightly more than 90 degrees, as you can see. Go further and it'll go out. And they go out this much. If you want to get anything more, you have to pull the legs in this angle, and then you can get her into these leg cross things. She does have the mid thigh rotation right here. I believe, I can't really tell. Yeah, that's double jointed right there. When you get right here, it gets really loose and then just comes down depending on her weight. Or so if you're trying to pose her with her knees bent, you probably have to just stop right here. Anything further and it just gets loose. The foot foot goes all the way up. The toes, while they stay in the position while you're moving them, they seem a bit loose, but the foot kicks up that much, kicks back that much. The ankle pivot comes in all the way. It doesn't go the other way at all. And yeah, that's that. And now for the real fun part, transforming those comparison cars so I can show them in robot mode. And yeah, that's not fun. All right, here's this. These two are fans' toys. Don't buy that guy. He is frustrating. And that's official masterpiece Ultra Magnus right there. But Hot Rod is pretty Masterpiece. Hot Rod is pretty much I don't feel like transforming him. Yeah, I did all that for nothing. Him and Hoodlum are the same daggone height. So he's taller, but he has a smaller head. Thank you, Pig for Life, for making me notice that. Here's Masterpiece Road Rage and Black Arachnia, who are two other official Masterpiece female Autobots. Or, well, she's a Predacon, but you know what I mean. If you're still watching and you haven't clicked thumbs up yet, do that shit right now. This was a nightmare. Rouge, her most direct competition that people are like, oh, it looks so much better. This is one of the worst, most nightmarish transformations ever. If I transformed the backpack correctly, she would have two pods on her back, just like on the cartoon, but shit like this. This is one of those toys where you buy it, or one of those transformers where you buy it, and I suggest you never transform it if you just want this for your collection. I don't know if I complained about that in the review. Pretty sure I did. This comes off easy, but if I did it right, which is very hard to do, this would be more clean and you would just see this on her back. So she has that, but she has the kibble hanging out down here. Stay transformed. But she's a nightmare. Nicey, got a review for her. I love this figure, but as I keep messing with her more, I'm noticing things like the legs getting a little bit more loose and whatnot. But I absolutely love her. She looks beautiful, and besides a few hindrances in her articulation, yeah, I'm really happy with that. And this is Arcee, the oversized knockoff. Ooh, the chest is shaped very similarly to this, as you can see. Like a lot, but it's higher up. So I guess that's what people want for this Arcee. I have a review for everything up here. This one has the benefit of being able to pop that off, and yeah, if you want to, you can pop all that stuff off the back and you can see her awesome sculpting right there and whatnot, which this is just basically the evolution of this figure, to be honest. The Generations figure was just a prototype for this. Main thing they did different was, instead of having this bumper hanging off her butt or her back, they condensed it further up and left you space back here, and they gave her a waist swivel. This doesn't have a waist swivel due to how it transforms. And Rouge back there, Fans Toys Rouge, has the side to side motion, but she has no waist rotation at all. That's another thing. I think that was my main killer, that she didn't have the waist rotation. But her articulation is good, but it's not on the level of this one due to the shoulder joints and stuff like you can move the head all the way up, but you got that neck gap. So this thing is okay, like I said, if you never transform it, and she still just continuously has that gap. It's a okay alternative if you can find it at a good price. I don't know how much it costs, but she does not have really good reviews across the board, really, because of the transformation and just a whole bunch of issues. This My overall review on this, I like her more than these two, definitely. The things that were a problem before I bought it, I mentioned already. The chest, how it slopes out way further down from the neck. But in person, I look at it and it just looks normal to me. It looks right. The backpack, it is what it is. You could possibly, I've seen pictures of somebody took this off. I guess they took it off the pin, and her back looks way more natural and normal. And I think they took this part off as well. So, but other than that, I am an articulation nut, and I've been having fun posing her around, and I like the way she looks and feels. It's not riggedy and ratchy. It's not like a big rag doll like some of the other stuff I have up here. So, yeah. I know I'm probably going to be getting a whole bunch of complaints about her chest and her backpack in my comments. Some people are going to be commenting that mess and then not even really watching my video. They just came in to complain about that and then left. I really like her. I think her US import price is too expensive. It's like $150. I don't think she is a $150 toy. I mean, she does come with a lot of accessories, but no, like fans toys before their prices started jumping up. Like, I think this dude and their cup is about freaking, it was about $100. I think she should be around the same amount as that, or 110. If you can get it off of Amazon Japan, I don't know if the price went up. That's where I got it. I got her for like, I think it was like $120 after shipping. So that is definitely good. Anyway, closing. If you don't have a problem with anything that I pointed out, you won't have a problem with this figure. If you like the things that I liked, you'll like this figure. The transformation has a lot of steps, but it's not really difficult to do besides that windshield thing. I like features like this. This moves out of the way for car mode. You don't even have to pay that any attention. It just does everything it needs to do by itself. Anyway, I like her, and if you can find her at a decent price, I say get it. Thank you for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Bonus comparison I've been forgetting to do. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit.